Greetings from Port-au-Prince, Haiti. As a co-chair of Track C and member of the protocol development, I will be able to share our experiences with the Caribbean community. Bienvenue à tous les délégués à cette importante conférence.
Hi, I'm Don Alice. Goedemiddag, ik ben Don Alice. And welcome to the Caribbean HIV/AIDS Conference. The first time that we're all going to be able to get together and think about how we go on the road to zero. Zero what though? $0? Zero new ideas? Absolutely not. I hope this conference will lead us to the absolute way to get zero new infections of HIV. My generation is going to have to keep living with HIV. It is my hope, however, that the generation after me, or the one after them, won't have to. That's the road to zero that I want. In a world of technology, in a world where we're coming together, sometimes though I feel like we're falling apart. And it's time for us to come together again for zero new infections. So, welcome. Let's talk. Let's get together. Let's powwow. Laat ons samen denken. Whatever you want to say. But let's use this conference not just as another talk shop, not just as another get-together, not just more meals and meetings. Let's use it as a real chance to come together, to plan how we're going to work. And then when we leave here 3 days from now, let's actually do the work. Let's actually keep coming together so that we really can get to zero.
Más que una conferencia, queremos hacer de este espacio un intercambio de cultura donde los jóvenes podamos conocer, podamos también expresarle a todos a través de nuestras presentaciones orales y nuestros pósters, presentarle a todo el Caribe lo novedoso de nuestro programa. También queremos conocer programas también que innoven con jóvenes, que nosotros también podamos implementar programas que se están implementando en la región con jóvenes, implementarlos aquí en Santo Domingo.
By land, by field, security guard in Jamaica. HIV is a big issue and we have to discuss it.
It's important because I think for the first time in a long while we have evidence that treatment can be prevention. We have a chance to actually change the course of this epidemic in the Caribbean. We have a chance to end decades of stigma. We have a chance to end decades of children being born with HIV. We have a chance to change how we look at sex education for young people. We have a chance, and I think this conference is a great opportunity to look at how we deal with issues of gender. By gender I don't mean women, I mean men, women, young boys, young girls. We have a chance in this conference to make a difference and to show the world what the Caribbean is capable of doing. And this is an opportunity that we should not miss.
Bonjour et bienvenue à tout le monde en participation pour conférence caribéenne sur VIH. My name is Vanessa Ruzzi. I'm a pediatrician working at the Jesco Centers in Haiti. And as a pediatrician, I hope that the pediatric issues will be brought to the forefront at this conference so we can share among the region about our successes and ways to move forward for pediatric AIDS. AIDS is a preventable illness in children, and there is a lot of effort that needs to be done so we can increase our strategies to help prevent the transmission of the virus from mothers to children and decrease the social stigma that's associated with mothers seeking care and therefore allowing for fewer children to be infected. But also that we need to discuss about pediatric specific interventions for caring for children that are infected with AIDS, that we do not continue to model on adult interventions that may not necessarily be appropriate for children, but that we do develop family-centered approaches that are more adequately addressing pediatric issues in the region.
También esperamos alternativas y opiniones que nos den sobre cómo coordinar y organizar nuestras instituciones de jóvenes viviendo con VIH.
In attending this conference, I hope that the participants will be able to critically explore the peculiarities of the HIV epidemic in the Caribbean, and we'll be able to look at the innovations that have been working well in other countries with an aim to certainly address the issue of sustainability, and hopefully we'll have some programs that can be duplicated in Jamaica.
From the Caribbean HIV conference, I hope that we will identify gaps in programs to ensure that our new programs or programs going forward will capture and cover everything, ensuring that we are all the vulnerable groups are reached.
One thing I hope to get out of here is that we can stop looking only at the negatives and start looking at all the positive things that are happening as well in our region, on our islands, in our countries. Because if we continue to look at all the negative things, I think HIV will continue to be scary and depressing to most of us. But if we start looking at all the successes and the things that are changing, then gradually people will want to be on the bandwagon and be with us. So in other words, also look at the positive, many positive changes that are happening. And here, 3 days, we'll have the chance to do that, work together, and really make those alliances and networks that will help us to that road and on that road to zero. Because many times after conferences, we go back to our islands, our nitty-gritty of the daily life, and then we forget what we learn at conferences, and we forget the addresses and email addresses that we find during those meetings we have. So use the time here, work together, but continue to build those alliances when you reach home.
My expectation of this conference is that all the stakeholders will come together and put all the information together so that it can be disseminated to the entire Caribbean and the world at large.
Welcome to the 2011 Caribbean HIV/AIDS Conference.
We hope that you learn more about issues regarding HIV and AIDS.
Learn how to protect yourself. Don't discriminate against those living with the disease.
Let us all come together
to achieve sustainable action for treatment
and care
for those living with the disease.
Don't discriminate.
Don't hate. Protect yourself when you procreate.
This conference gives us a chance to show what the Caribbean is capable of doing. It gives a chance to show what we've done, where we're going, and how we're going to lead in this AIDS response. So it's an opportunity that we dare not lose, and the time is now. The tools are there, the people are here, the will is here, the imagination is here. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the National Youth Choir of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the PanCap Awards, please welcome Juliet Bino Sutherland.